Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Belgian Jasper. If this is your first time in the channel, hit subscribe right now. Let's talk about the most iconic all-female heavy metal and hard rock bands from the 80s. This whole thing of all-female hard rock and metal bands, it really started with the Runaways in the 70s, who brought some pop rock mixed with garage rock with some glam rock in there. They also produced two proper icons of hard rock that would grow to big stardom on their solo records in the 80s, Lita and Joan, Jett. Now, this top 5 list is just my personal preference. I will highlight what I think is the best album of that band, and on that album, which song you have to check out. And to start us off on the number 5 spot, we've got the band Vixen. This band is touring again. I saw them live not too long ago, which is really cool. But if you want to check out a classic album, I would say go with the album called Vixen of 1988. And the song on that album is I Want You to Rock Me. Alright, my number 4 spot goes to a band that was extremely influential and very few people, in the West at least, have heard of them. Right now there's a golden age of all-female kick-ass power metal bands from Japan, and a lot of them were influenced or at the very least inspired by Shoya from the 80s. This band was hugely popular in Japan and definitely made some waves, but I feel like a lot of people have sort of forgotten about them, at least in the West. But if you want to check them out, I would say check out their album Outer Limits from 1989 with one of their hit songs, Lovers. Something different on the number 3 spot. We've had some pretty mainstream accessible hard rock, but let's go into thrash metal, one of the genres of the 80s decade. In Sweden, there was a really cool all-female thrash band called Ice Age. Ice Age only really released some demos back in those days. Instant Justice is one of their classics. The band reunited not too long ago and is active again. They also re-released some of their classic songs. And like I said, check out Instant Justice. Alright, on the number 2 spot, we have to go to the UK, to the Nwabum or the late Nwabum, with the band Rock Goddess. A really cool band that had several good releases, but I would say pick up their eponymous Rock Goddess album from 1983. And I guess that on that album, my favorite track is Satisfied, Then Crucified. Alright, and the number 1 spot for the best hard rock and heavy metal band from the 80s that just happened to be all women. I don't think this is gonna be a surprise. It has to be Girlschool. Girlschool will forever be linked to Motorhead under the name Head Girl or Motorhead Girlschool. They had some collaborations. Lemmy was, a bit of a mentor to Girlschool as well. A cool band. My favorite album is probably their 1981 album, Hit and Run. And on that album, you should check out Come On, Let's Go. There you go, those were 5 really cool all-female bands from the 80s. There were plenty more. Not all of them had the same amount of success as some of the bands on this list, but definitely worth checking out. I hope you liked this video and stay tuned for a lot of female in metal content this week as we celebrate International Women's Day.